Good afternoon and welcome to Mindset Monday with me, Jeff Williams, here at Action Coach. And what we're going to be doing is we're spending 15 minutes together, roughly 15 minutes together every Monday afternoon, helping you as business owners to get the right mindset that will help you to grow your business into something that's an asset for you, something that gives you freedom, gives you the life that you want. Quite interestingly, actually, what we're doing this afternoon is we're talking about how you can turn your business from a job into a business. That might seem a little bit disparaging to call what you have a job, but let's just think about that for this moment, shall we? A job is something that requires you to turn up for a set amount of hours, for a set amount of days, every week. At the end of that period of time, the end of the month, or the end of the week, you get paid. If you don't turn up, you don't get paid. Is that what you have as a business? Do you have something that doesn't pay you unless you turn up? If that's the case, well, reality, does that make sense? We have a job rather than a business. A true business is something that's commercial, it's profitable. And when I say profitable, I mean not just paying you a wage, but making profits in excess of the wage that you get paid. And it's something that can work without you. Let me give you an example. Richard Branson, does he have a job or does he have businesses? Richard Branson has trains which fly up and down the west coast of the UK. He has planes that fly across the Atlantic. And he has broadband companies that deliver the broadband that we're possibly using. This might be a bit slow today for me even, the broadband that we're using to communicate with today. But let me ask you, does Richard Branson drive trains? Does he fly planes? Does he lay cable? Well, no, he does none of those things because he has businesses. So for you to have a true business, you need to move away from having what we call a job. Now, there's another interesting thing about this expression J.O.B, which I'm going to help you with to help you get the right mindset around growing your business in the right way. You see, this J.O.B also stands for just over broke. Just over broke. What do I mean by that? Well, ordinarily, when we set up a business, why do we set it up? What's the reason for you setting up your business? It's ordinarily to make a living, isn't it? Let's make a living. And that's a noble enough thing for us to do. But if you want to be a business owner, we need to go just slightly above that. You see, if we set up our business to make a living, that's all we will ever do. That's all our business will ever do. We'll only provide for us exactly what we need to live from day to day. So how is our income spent? Well, when we make an income, guess what? A huge chunk of it, let me get this pen here, a huge chunk of it goes to the tax man. Tax and national insurance. Then a good proportion of our money goes in giving us somewhere to live, paying our mortgage or paying our rent, paying some of the bills in relation to that. The other third of our money goes in other projects that we feel like this is going to really help us now. Well, this bit in the middle here is the most important actually. This is all about living. This is buying clothes to wear to work, buying clothes and shoes for our children if we have a family, buying the food for us all to live, paying for the utilities that pay for our electric and our gas and keep us warm, keep us safe in our home, buying insurances to care for our future. That's the living part of it. But another third of our money usually goes on this, which is the cars that we drive around from A to B. Okay, we're usually paying those off on a loan, or maybe we've got a personal contract purchase involved. Whatever it is, a lot of our money is actually going here on interest. We're paying for our mortgage, and we're paying for our vehicles and what have you. And then on top of that, we have this little segment here, which is, if you can see that, it's credit cards. Credit cards. So this is when we've maybe not planned quite so well, and we've had to borrow some money to have the things in life that we want to have, we want to enjoy. Maybe a slight moment of indiscipline. Does that make sense? This is how we, generally speaking, spend all of our money. So all the money is gone. So we are just over broke. Maybe there's a slither left. Maybe we've been disciplined and we're saving some money. We're putting money towards a pension or to some savings, but maybe not as much as we'd like to put across to each of those elements. So how do we get out of this situation of being just over broke to owning a proper business? Well, what I want you to do is to think of it in this manner. To think of it as a ladder. This is what we call at Action Coach our entrepreneurial ladder, which is going to help you to get the right mindset around what it is that you need to be doing day in, day out to raise your business from just providing you with a job and leaving you just over broke to having a profitable business that's creating excess profits. And when I say excess profits, I don't mean for you to be excessively rich. What I mean is that your business should be paying you a wage. It'll be paying everybody else within it a wage, but it needs to be paying you a wage. And then on top of that, leaving you with some profit for you to invest further in the business. However you want to invest that is entirely up to you. A lot of people invest it in staff, they invest it in a team, which means that they don't have to do as much work, which takes them outside of the business. Let me explain this ladder for you, entrepreneurial ladder. Right at the top as an entrepreneur, you may have thought of yourself as an entrepreneur right at the outset. When you see when I work through this ladder, you'll see what I mean for you to work your way up the ladder. So let's start at the bottom here. Most of us start our working journey as an employee. This is a great place to learn how to run a business. We then decide actually that I don't want to work for somebody else. I can do this just as well as them and make my own money and chart my own destiny, and I become self-employed. The problem is we end up usually working twice as many hours for the same money. So we just cut our wages in half. But we're in control, we believe. Not necessarily so because we're working longer hours, because it all depends upon us. You can see that thing where we're back into a J.O.B. So we're sort of stuck within our business. Let's just stay down here for a little bit. As an employee and a self-employed person, you have an opportunity to learn how to run a business. Now, if you're lucky enough to still be in this employee situation and you're thinking about starting a business, use that. Get the mindset of learning how to run a business. You're going to learn from the business owner that you're working for. You're going to learn the good things, you're going to learn the bad things. You're going to learn about sales, you're going to learn about marketing. You're going to learn about how to recruit people, how to manage people. Watch, learn while you're in that scenario. If you're self-employed, this is the time period now actually for you to learn how to turn your job into a business. If you've not been thinking about how do I learn to become better at running a business, this is the opportunity for you to get that mindset now. Say, well, actually, this is the key. I'm not a small business. I'm a big business in trading. I'll say that again. I'm not a small business. I'm a big business in trading. So what can you do to move yourself up from being self-employed to being a manager in your business? Well, you need to learn all those things that will set you on the path to managing a team of individuals in your business. What's the barrier between being self-employed and being a manager in the business? Do you know what it is? The barrier is knowledge. That's all it is. So we said in our last session, you've got to learn before you earn. The barrier is knowledge. And I'll tell you why it's a barrier. It's because we're a little bit afraid of if we take somebody on, will they have enough work for them? Now, I've got enough work for myself. I get a lot of work from word of mouth, you might say. I've done a little bit on Facebook. And there may be one other thing that works for us in getting more business. Maybe I've got some other business owners who refer work into me too. But actually doing that in a systemized way is not the way of most self-employed people. And so they end up on what we call a seesaw. So we get the work, we do the work. We get the work, we do the work. You get the point? We're on a seesaw. So all the while we're on that seesaw, we don't have the opportunity to take some time aside to learn the things, to learn actually how to get more business. So the first thing you need to learn is to learn how to do marketing within your business. How do you learn how to do marketing? Well, maybe you'll take advantage of some training courses or some business coaching. We offer business coaching. We show business owners how to put what we call predictable marketing in place. Talk to me about it afterwards. Put a comment in the box if you'd like to learn how to do your marketing and get it done in a predictable way. So now you're able to take team members on to do what you want, what you do, and to deliver service to your customers. Now here's the next barrier to moving up to being a manager from self-employed. The next barrier is that, well, they won't do it as well as I do. My customers all want me to do it. Now what we're doing there is we're trapping ourselves in our business. So what you need to do is take some time, put aside some time to learn how to put systems in place, how to take everything out of your head, put it down on paper, learn how to train people and pass it on to them. So two things there, putting systems and processes in place, and then learning how to recruit and train and retain and develop the very best people in our neighborhood, the very best people who will be able to do the job the same as you. You know, there are people out there who will be able to follow a process, follow a system if you tell them how to do it. Think about this. If you do go to one of the biggest restaurant chains in the world, McDonald's, ask yourself who runs those stores? Who runs those stores? So think about it for a few seconds, you'll find it's teenagers. Teenagers run those businesses. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's run by teenagers. Why? Because there are systems and there are processes in place that enable them to deliver their service safely to their customers, who come away satisfied because they can get a consistent delivery of service and know exactly what you're going to get. It's delivered every time. It's delivered profitably. And guess what? There's great marketing behind it. So these are the things that you will need to learn if you want to step up from being self-employed to being a manager of your business. You need to have a growth mindset in your business, okay? You then move up from being manager of your business to being an owner of your business. And an owner of the business is somebody who isn't there. This is the point when your business is working without you. So what you need is a growth mindset to understand, how do I go from manager to owner of my business? You know what this is about, this step here? This step here is purely about control. And when I say control, it's control of the numbers within your business, knowing what the numbers should be. This is being in control of what happens in terms of profitability in your business. In fact, this should be happening even further down the ladder here. Most business owners look backwards at their accounts. They look back at what did we do last year, what did we do last month, rather than looking forwards and deciding for themselves what's going to happen next year, next month, next week. So here's a tip for you. You're going to decide from now on how much you're going to turn over, how many sales you're going to make next month, and you're going to determine what your expenses will be. So what you're doing is each month you're deciding what your profit's going to be. How's that? Is that a better position to be in? This is a business owner mindset where you're going to control exactly what's happening in your business, learn how to manage the numbers in your business, learn how to put a budget together, put a forecast together, put a cash flow forecast together in your business, read those numbers, understand what they mean, and make really clear, solid financial decisions and business decisions on the basis of that. That's when you're the owner of the business. That's when people call your business and they ask, can I speak to the owner, please? And your team says, well, the owner isn't very often in the office, or the owner isn't in the office today. Your involvement in the day-to-day of the business is minimal. You have a business which you own, which is paying you a salary and generating excess profits for you in your business. This is a profitable enterprise that works without you. So can you see the mindset you need to have? There's a line here which I'm going to draw, which is quite an interesting line here. Goes across from here to here. Below this line here, you're working really hard for your money. You're working hard, you're learning, which you're going to have to go through this process, okay? You're learning how to grow your business, how to run your marketing, how to run your sales, how to recruit marketing and salespeople. You won't know how to do that unless you know exactly what marketing and sales are and the processes that are required. You're working hard managing your team. Up here, your money is working hard for you. Okay, because at this level, you now have passive income from your business, not from anybody else or from anywhere else. You've worked hard, taken all the knowledge on board to get passive income from your business. Your business is working without you. You take the next step up and become an investor, and you're investing in other people's assets, and you take the next step up and you get people to invest in your ideas. That's when you become a true entrepreneur. A bit of learning along the way. Let me just summarize it for you. If your business won't work without you turning up, you have a job, J.O.B, possibly just over broke, like most people are. You need to work your way up this entrepreneurial ladder. You need to take in the knowledge to do that. I'm running courses all the time to help business owners to learn how to do that. Happy to speak to you about those at any point. Message me, drop me an email. My email's on Facebook here. And this is the mindset. Let me sum it up for you. You need to go from being a specialist in your business, which most of us are very proud of. I could be a first-class plumber, a world-class plasterer, an award-winning electrical contractor. I could be an award-winning hairdresser, an unassailable web designer. Whatever it is I'm good at, we're always very good at that. And if we stick at being a specialist, this is the mindset. If we remain a specialist, we'll always end up with a job. We won't have a business. What we need to become is a generalist. Does that make sense? We need to have a general knowledge of everything to do with running and growing a successful business. that's marketing, that's sales, that's operations, management, leadership, finance, administration, all those elements of our business. I need to have a general understanding of all those areas. Why? I need a general understanding so that I can employ people to carry out those roles. Right now, most people have just this as their understanding, and they struggle then to employ the people that will help their business to grow and give them the freedom to grow their business and have the life they want. It's not a huge leap. It's all about learning. We've got to learn before we earn. So your mindset today, your mindset lesson is this: become a generalist, not a specialist. Move away from having a job to having a business that works without you. So that's Mindset Monday today. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed the session, if you got benefit from it, what I want to know is, what was your key learning from it? Please put in the comments down below what your key learnings were from this session. And if you got value from it, please like, give us a thumbs up, please share. Look forward to seeing you next Monday. Take care.